Hello, welcome to this brief information session on master's program in software engineering and information systems at the University of Oulu. My name is Ranjula and I will be the host for this discussion. So before we begin, let's start with the brief introductions.
Hi, I'm Elena. I am the Degree Program Director of Software Engineering and Information Systems Master Program. I also am the Degree Program Director of the National Bachelor's and Master's programs, and I have studied in these programs myself, so my background is here at the University of Oulu.
Yeah, hi, my name is Trúc, and I'm from Vietnam, and I am the second year student in Master in Software Engineering and Information System, and beside that, I'm also working as UX UI designer and front-end developer.
Okay, thank you both for being here today. And Trúc, could you tell us about how you learned about the University of Oulu and the degree program in software engineering and information systems?
Yeah, basically, I came to Oulu to study my bachelor before, so of course I know about University of Oulu. But then when I decided to continue my study path, so I go to the website of University of Oulu to find description and all information about the software engineering and information system. And after I read that, I said, yeah, this is the degree I want to take. And yeah, so every information on the website is really easy and clear to see and find that. Yeah, it's quite helpful for me to find all information on the website.
Okay, that's really great that you have already been here for some time and then of course you are applying from here. That's really great. Yeah. And next, can you tell me what were the requirements in your application process for this program?
Yeah, I remember when I applied for this degree program, I need to fill the form on the study info, and of course I also need to submit about my previous study in a bachelor, and then I also need to submit about my CV, motivation letter, and after I pass on the document paper, I took the interview. Yeah, that's the whole process of this course.
Okay, that's really great. Thank you. And Elena, can you tell me something about what the faculty is looking for in this program, like in this admission process for this degree program in software engineering and information systems, and what could contribute to a strong application?
Yes, so of course we are interested in your background. So ideally, the candidate would have background in software engineering or computer science or information systems, or it could be something applied but related to, let's say, technology development. And then we're of course interested in what are your other interests or hobbies that might be relevant to this field. A good application has also, you tell us why our degree program interests you, how it could maybe add meaning to your life, or let's say that how studying with us would help you fulfill your dreams, for instance.
Okay, that's really great. Thank you. And Elena, what is the structure of this program? What kind of subjects that students will follow in this program and something like that?
Yes. So it's a master's program, which means it takes 2 years, or we offer courses for 2 years. At the beginning of your studies, you choose an orientation. You either orientate towards software engineering or information systems. So in software engineering, you study things like professional, what it would be to be a professional software engineer, utilizing artificial intelligence, software management, let's say software engineering research, for instance. And in information systems side, you would study more about the organizations that use information systems and the users and the user design perspectives. Then, of course, we also offer orientations, which means that you get to focus even more on kind of things that you're interested in. We offer at this moment gamification, for instance, user experience design, and software engineering development. Well, this kind of professional software engineering development. And then, of course, all the students take a project course, which is quite extensive, and you do it usually with a company or to a research group. Then, of course, master thesis is a big part of your studies, where you choose the topic that interests you, and you're usually already working either with a research group or to a company to finalize that.
Okay, thank you. True. In this master's program, there are like different options of studies that the students choose to shape their study path and also according to their interest. Could you mention the value of this part of the program?
You mean like what was different between a software engineering information system or something?
Yes, like what kind of career paths that students can follow after you completing this program, and what are the areas that students can choose during this program so that they can help their career paths in the future?
Yeah. So like, an easiest way to say about what's different between software engineering and information system.
Yes.
Yeah, like if the student who want to focus more on the professional software development, they can select the software engineering. And if the student who want to focus more on application of software system and ICT solution, they can focus more on the information system. And I will take some example about advanced course for each part. For example, with the software engineering, we will have some advanced course like software engineering research or next generation software engineering. And with the student who select the information system, they will have some advanced course like behavior and ICT chain or something, and user experience and usability evaluation. Yeah, something like that.
Okay, that's really great. Truk, could you tell about what are how are the working opportunities and internships? Could you tell something about how the things you learned in this first year of studies helps you to succeed in internships?
Yeah, like I said about before, I'm working also now during the time I'm studying here. So in my experience, I know that working opportunity and internship here is not too hard for ICT field, especially in Oulu. Yeah, all of us know Oulu is technology city. So that's why there are a lot of IT company here. So we have many opportunities for the working and internship. And also based on my experience, if we want to apply for working and internship, we need to have prepare for the good CV, good portfolio, and some project to show the recruiters to prove them you have ability. Yeah. And about the studying, what bring to me, honestly, I really appreciate what I learned from the university, because like it's not a thing, something I learned from the paper and put in the paper. It's not something like that. All the things I learned from the school, from the lectures, I apply for my job, and it bring a lot of benefit for me. So I can improve my knowledge, improve my work ability. Yeah, it's just really great.
Okay, thank you. And Elena, could you add something to what Truk already said, how this master's program will help a student to lead his life to a work life? What are the job opportunities, and also how their career will shape in maybe in academia or in the industry?
Yes. Okay. So like Truk said, Oulu is a technology city, and there's actually kind of a need for software engineers and ICT people to work. So a lot of times at the beginning of your career, you start as a software developer, or maybe user experience designer, software tester, and then you work your way up to being a project manager or a team leader. And quite often our people work for industry or a public sector, or even in educational institutions. But more and more, our graduates have also started their own companies in ICT field.
Okay, that's really interesting. And Truk, you have living in Oulu for a long time. So how do you like it here, during this time? And could you tell a bit about how's living in Oulu and studying in Oulu?
Yes, I live in Oulu for 6 years already, so yeah, I can say that I love Oulu because how peaceful is it, and I love the nature here also. And besides, I like how friendly people are here. And I also really appreciate about the lecture supporting because like every time I need support from the lecturers, they always be there and willing to help me with that. I was really surprised about that. So yeah, I just love Oulu too much.
Okay, so we come to the end of this discussion, and thank you both for being here today. And applicants, please be aware that the applications for the master's program will open and end in January, and the applicants also should watch their emails for further communication, for the interviews and acceptance, and also for enrollment process. So that's all for today, and thank you.